Now we're gonna talk about how I am strategizing and why, when, what, and how we're gonna achieve this. And like I said, I did my homework. So here I am once again attempting to do 75 hard. Hi, hello, my name is Raquel if you're new around here, but if you're not, girl, you know I've been trying to lose this weight. I honestly never thought that I would be filming a video again. As you guys already saw the title, I'm kind of a little embarrassed because I'm like, are they gonna even believe me? I have been on a weight loss journey for quite some time. I have gone up, I've gone down, I've gone up, I've gone down. I started, I stopped. Not finishing 75 hard the last time, it just did not sit well with me. Every time that I would either get a comment on those videos or people would leave a message saying, oh my God, you inspired me to start all over. I'm like, wow, I really should attempt to do it again. But yesterday when I was at work and I was actually doing my January recap, which I already filmed that video, so that video will be up, and I was like, why don't I just go back to doing 75 hard? Like, why not finish something that you started? And yeah, it's gonna be hard. I get it. That's why it's called 75 hard. But Raquel, you have a different mindset this year. You've let go of so many things and you're being very intentional about your nutrition and your workouts. So why not just do 75 hard? That way you can finally finish something that you started. So that's when I decided, let's just do 75 hard again. I have a complete different mindset this time around. Actually, my word this year is the word intentional. And I realized that this time around, I am going to be intentional. More than anything, I needed to find a strategy of how it would work for my life. Now, everyone's schedule is a little bit different, and I hope that by me sharing what may work for me may also work for you too. Well, it's gonna work. It has to work. Because we're definitely gonna film a video saying, I finally finished 75 hard. I'm putting it into the universe because it's gonna happen. I need notes. My brain goes a little, ya tú sabes, okay? So my start date is February 1st, and that means that my 75 days later will be April 16th. There's a couple of rules that 75 hard has. One, you have to get 2 workouts in a day and they have to be 45 minutes. One of those workouts has to be outdoor, okay? It can be walking, but here's the thing, and I don't hear this on a lot of other people's videos, you have to wait 3 hours in order to do your second workout. I've seen a lot of other videos where people will just do like back-to-back workouts, and I'm like, whoa, I don't think they probably even know that, because in a lot of Andy's videos, Andy, he's the guy who actually created this program, they don't really talk about it a lot unless you really dig and then you actually hear rules from Mr. Andy himself. Okay, so how do I plan on achieving 75 hard? I'm gonna make sure that I get one workout in early in the morning, and then the other workout will actually be in the evening, or it will be in between I drop off and pick up my kids. I do have a couple of hours where I don't have anybody to pick up, and I may get my workout done at that time. I did some homework, okay? And I want to share it with you guys. First, let's talk about the rules. In case this is your first video, I just want to share some of the rules. And these are not my rules. These are just by Andy's rules, okay? These are his rules. The first one is 45-minute workout. The only thing is that you have to do 2 of those. So one is required to be an outdoor workout. The second rule is that you have to take a progress photo every single day. I already took my progress photo this morning, and I did my starting photos last night. And when I tell you, girl, I had to humble myself. But you know the beautiful thing about when you take your first photo, like the first photo of any challenge, is just start to think, I cannot wait to see what the transformational photo is going to look like. So I told myself, thank God it's not the best photo, because that's what you want. You want to see a huge transformation within yourself. The next thing is you have to read 10 pages. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, this is just the app. Andy does have an app and it's just called 75 hard. You can find it in your app store. I bought this a long time ago for $4.99, and you can go in and use it as many times, start over as many times. Lord knows, here we are again, starting over all over again. The next rule is you have to drink a gallon of water. My tip here is to start as soon as you get up in the morning. One of the ways that I plan to achieve this goal is by leaving water on the side of my bed, and immediately when I wake up in the morning, start taking sips of my gallon or the liter of water, whatever, because I don't really think I'm going to be walking around with a gallon everywhere. I think I'm just going to be doing some refills in my cup. The next thing you have to do is you have to follow a diet. I personally am just going to do a calorie deficit. One thing that I know is calories in, calories out will work for me. The last time when I lost all of my weight and I was at my healthy ideal weight was I was doing a calorie deficit. I was on a nutrition program, which it worked for me. It made me feel good. It's actually when I had the most energy without having to take so many energy drinks. And this is another reason what made me realize that I needed to make a change. I had been relying on a lot of energy drinks to just push through my days. And I don't think that's very healthy to need that extra energy to make up for the energy it's not probably getting through the healthy foods and nutrition. I also want to be very mindful of making sure that I'm eating foods that are not causing inflammation in my body. Another reason why I decided to do 75 hard is because I realized that I have really not a lot to show for all of these years that I have been trying to lose weight. I think for me it was a lot easier before because I was doing it in a group setting where we were in challenges and stuff like that. And since I stopped doing those weight loss challenges, I found myself like not really holding myself accountable. So I know that by me being in a calorie deficit, I have to lose weight. Like it's just science, right? It's not because I'm making up. It's just numbers don't lie, by the way. Anyways, okay. The other thing is no cheat meals or alcohol, okay? But my birthday's just in a couple of weeks. And that means that because there's no cheat meals and there's no alcohol, I am really going to be tested. And one of the things that I actually put on my vision board, I have to show you guys. Let me show you. Okay, one of the things that I put on my vision board this year was this beautiful cake right here. Right here. Does that mean that I can't even have a slice of cake? You're right, it does. And you may say, oh my God, that's too hard. I would totally not do that. I know, but let me tell you guys something. When you are sick and tired of feeling aches and pains throughout your body, you're sick and tired of going into your closet and trying on the clothes that don't fit you anymore. You're sick and tired of always wearing the same stretchy pants. You're sick and tired that when someone invites you to go out to eat or they invite you to a party, like just to go hang out with your friends, you're already stressed out because not you, okay. You're like, oh my God, they're going to see that I've gained weight. I don't know how I'm going to look. What can I wear to cover up my gut? And that's really what I have been dealing with. Versus when I was making healthier choices, I was like, yes, queen, let's go. I'm there. Like I just had this different confidence within myself where I wasn't actually hiding from anybody. And for the last couple of years, if you guys saw my vision board reset video, I have been hiding from a lot of things for a long time. And one thing was I went to this event and I had to wear this dress and I remember having to put on a faja. If you don't know what a faja is, it's a girdle. It's like it tries to suck you up, but you can tell like things just look a little wider in other areas where it's not being compressed. And I was like, what are you doing, Raquel? Like, girl, you need to make a change. I am struggling to get under 200 pounds. I go up, I go down. I go up, I go down. My goal this month is to get in the 190s and then from there move to the 180s, 170s, 160s, because I know that that's where my body and my tempo is going to be at its healthiest, because I know that at that weight my body fat has to be lower. So we're going to be very mindful, okay? So now that I gave you guys a whole spiel of why I don't want to do cheat meals and why I'm okay with it being my birthday month, now we're going to talk about how I am strategizing and why, when, what, and how we're going to achieve this. And like I said, I did my homework. Surviving week 1 of 75 hard, baby, because today is day 2 for me. So this is my week of 75 hard. And by the way, I will be documenting every single week for you guys. So you guys can be ready to watch every week on Sundays at 6 p.m. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing if you guys want to see every single thing that I'm eating. And when I tell you that I'm documenting it all, girl, I'm documenting it all. So in reference to workouts, this is the way I broke it down in my head, was I put when and why. When will I be doing my workouts? I put morning, middays, and they have to be 3-hour gap, because you can't forget that you have to wait 3 hours to get that workout in. The other thing I did is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I plan on doing hot Pilates. I put that on my vision board right here that I want to start implementing Pilates. I've actually already been doing Pilates. I have done 2 weeks of Pilates. I have seen such a huge transformation in my tummy area and just the strength in my core. I love it. I am obsessed with hot Pilates, by the way. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we're going to do that. Majority of my workouts are going to be cardio based. That's what worked for me before. These last years, I have been lifting a good amount of weight. I'm talking about like lifting 100 pounds while I'm doing RDLs and squats. So I love the fact that yes, I have been able to build a lot of booty muscle. I know that I need to still do strength training, but I also have to make sure that I'm getting my cardio in. And that is one thing that I have been struggling with the last couple couple years is I will go through these phases. Either I want to just do cardio or I just want to lift weights. So I need to balance that. So this time around, we're going to focus a little bit more on cardio. Why am I picking these workouts? Number one, why am I picking cardio and hot Pilates? Number one is because I want to really focus on calming my nervous system. And number two, I want to work on my core. One of the things that I spend a lot of time finding clothes to cover up is my belly area, because I do have like a kangaroo pouch. That's why I want to do more cardio. The other thing in reference to the nervous system, I have had some very, very traumatic things that have happened these last couple of years.
Picture yourself as one of those people who repeatedly say or think, "It was my fault." After 20 years of doing this to yourself, you feel guilty and think guilty thoughts automatically.
I'm currently listening to this audio book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Years that I just have not shared with anybody, and I know that my nervous system, my cortisol levels have probably been through the roof. In reference to the foods, you guys, let's talk about this. What, how, when, and why. Okay, so I went back to a video that I had recorded years ago that's called How I Lost 7 Pounds in 3 Days. I went back and it really just re-inspired me. I'm like, girl, that's what you were doing. Go back to what you were doing before. We're going back to the basics. So how? Calorie deficit. When? I'm gonna wake up and shake. What I mean wake up and shake, if you or you were one of my clients before, you know the importance of waking up and shaking, meaning like wake and shake just pretty much means I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have my healthy meal replacement shake first thing in the morning. Before I was like, oh, I can't eat in the morning, but I would drink my coffee and I would add some unhealthy creamer, which was causing a lot of inflammation in my body. So I told myself my priority is waking and shaking now, and after that I would drink my hot tea and start my morning and get the protein, the nutrients, take my multivitamins and all that, and start my day, and then step into my first workout of the day. Why do I want to do this type of diet? Because I want to lower the inflammation in my body. I believe that the nutrition that you put in, it makes a big difference. And I'm only speaking by experience because I know what it feels like to eat very healthy. And I also know what it feels like to be obsessed with junk food and chips and candies and pretzels and crackers and all this stuff that's kind of like more processed food. And what I realized in my body is it's been causing a lot of inflammation, and inflammation causes pain, and I'm just done with it. Moving on. What are we going to be reading? We are going to be reading The Millionaire Next Door. I am so obsessed with learning and helping other people get out of debt, and I just want to be a little bit more educated. I have learned from my fails and my successes, and if you guys watch my January reset, you're going to find out a little bit about what happened and what was a huge shift for me. I love everything to do with personal finances. In case you guys don't know, I'm actually a finance director. I've been in the financial world for over 25 years, and I have been able to help and teach a lot of other people how to get out of debt, how to fix their credit. My mission is literally just paying it forward and helping other people become the best version of themselves. So I just want to continue to educate myself. And since I work a full-time job, it doesn't matter. I can still educate myself through books, which will give me more knowledge. Okay, so we're going to do that. I wrote when on my breaks, and also early in the morning. I also like to read before bed because I think that what you put in your mind before you go to bed also has a reflection on how you sleep. If you're watching like Narcos and all that stuff, you may be a little bit more stressed out going to bed, but I will probably be reading this before bed. But one thing that I did realize when I did 75 Hard the last time, there was sometimes that I was struggling to read before bed because I was just so tired. So I did write on here that I'm going to be doing it on my breaks or early in the morning. The other thing is I do a lot of drop-offs and pickups, and I get to one of my son's school really early for parking. So that's another place where I could get my 10 pages in. Okay. Water. This is also one thing that I did struggle in the last challenges. I remember I would be sitting on the edge of my bed like this saying, why am I doing this to myself? Why didn't I start drinking my water earlier? So here's a couple of tips of how I plan on getting my water in. Jumpstart first thing in the morning. One thing that I've realized just from yesterday to today, the importance of water. It's crazy how it flushes out your system. I am going to just use whatever works for me for that day. There's days that I want to carry a gallon. There's days that I'm just going to carry my 1.5 liter and say, okay, I need one more, and then 28 more ounces. So the important thing is knowing that whatever container or cup that you're drinking out of, you want to know how many ounces are in there and how many of those do you need to reach your gallon of water. That way you're not short. Because he even said like if you're off like 2 ounces, you failed. So make sure you drink your water. progress photo. When in the morning before my workout, I already went downstairs, I took my progress photos. The other thing I wrote is that I need a tripod. There's sometimes that I remember I was struggling, like, oh my God, I need to just take my photo, or I want the photo to be like centered. So I did pull out my tripod, I put it downstairs on my counter, and now every time I need to take a picture, I see my tripod. The tripod is a stacking system, which reminds me to go take your picture. So that is going to work for me. I'm gonna do my progress photos in shorts and a tank top. Why? Because let me tell you, I've been covering up my arms, which I shouldn't be, but I have been, and I want to just show it all. Like, I just want to show it all. So yesterday when I did my progress photo, like my first photos, I did it actually in a black sports bra, and I did it in some black pajama pants. So that's what I'm gonna actually be doing my weigh-in in. My goal is to do a weekly update. So I wrote down here that I need to have one memory card titled 75 hard. So my goal is that at the end of 75 hard for me to do 75 whole days of a recap. That way you guys can see the whole transformation with me. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wrote. Yeah, but I hope that you guys enjoyed, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so very much for coming back to my channel. Thank you guys so very much for all the love on my previous videos. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. I would love to have you be part of the family. And if there's anything I can do to help and support you, or give you any feedback or like tips or anything like that, please leave it down below. And if there's anything that I forgot, please, by all means, leave it in the comments down below. That way we can help each other and inspire each other. You guys, thank you guys so very much for being here, and I will see you guys on the next one. I can't wait to come back and share with you week 1 and tell you guys the new update. If you guys want to follow along on my journey, please consider subscribing. And if you guys want to see weekly vlogs, then definitely subscribe, turn on that post notification, because you will be notified every single week on Sunday at 6 p.m. and I will be sharing with you guys a complete update of my week in the life of 75 hard. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!